Yay! Okay, let me make sure the stream's gonna pull up. Oh, I hear me. Can you
Hello,
give me...
I hear you too.
Yay. Okay, I'm muting that. I heard both of us. That's good. I'm gonna send the tweety tweets.
Mm.
I'm also gonna put it not in this mode. Put it in screenshot so it looks better. There we go. Now we're closer. Now you can see us. Okie dokie. No, I don't want to see who I know on Twitter. I just want to make a tweet.
Shh. Ah.
Excuse me, BRB.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After I just finished coughing up a lung. Oh no, it's been so long since we've done a Snugpod that I don't even have the tree emoji as my recent on my phone.
Oof.
What am I
Oh,
gonna
hi,
do?
kitten. There's a tiny Khajiit by my feet.
Khajiit.
Little love feet by the feet. She's like, I am determined to get into trouble tonight. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna damn well do it.
Jinx.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No. The other one's been appeased. He had his treat.
And let's do a picture for good measure.
Yeah. Ah. A picture of the messy Snugpod, because I haven't actually organized all these books yet that keep falling into the Snugpod from Apafrica, right? That's what's going on here.
Totally. I can take a picture
They
of the
just
Snugpod. Use
they
that
just
right
keep
now.
falling.
I
I need
was,
to get some bookshelves now. It's such a mess.
I was just gonna grab a screenshot I already had.
I mean that works too, but we're here.
Because then I'll have to... Give me 1 second. I'll have to pull it from the PlayStation app.
Oh, fair. I'm not sure how good that having that open flame there actually is with that cauldron. Maybe I should move it over. It's really close to the tree.
Alright, let's see if it pulled it already. And if not, then I'll just select another one. Bam! Boy, that's fast. Ooh, wait a minute. I like this one. But it's not the Snugpod.
It's okay. Benefit of keeping the Snugpod like this, we could take the same photo. You could use the same photo all year, and no one would know.
No, this is true. I pulled the Snugpod one. It came through. My character's not looking at the camera, but that's okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
We're
see
awake.
if I can.
We swear.
Can I brighten it up a little bit? Yeah, barely. Just barely. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's crazy. Twitter is nuts. I hit
Do I want to know?
Well, it's just the picture. So I opened the picture, right, that I just took, and it's kind of dark. And then I selected this one like magic wand thing here for the picture, and it brightened it up so bright that I can see all of the detail, which is crazy. It basically just did like an HDR of it. I'm just trying to decide now how green I want it. No filter? Or do we want it green? We're Snugpod, go green.
Yeah. I'm waiting
Should I
for
say
it. I'm
something?
waiting
Should
for
I
it.
say something in the tweet about how we're missing a Khajiit?
Yes. I want you to say something in this tweet about how we're missing a Khajiit. He is
Or
elsewhere.
what happens when you let 2 wood elves run the show?
That's true. Our Breton and our Khajiit are gone. It is just
Come
wood
hang
elves
out as we
tonight.
ramble about what we've been up to. I put, we are live with the tree show pre-show. Couldn't miss 2 weeks in a row. What happens when you let 2 wood elves run the show? Oh, wow. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Sending it.
It's easy to rhyme.
That's right.
Yeah! Oh god,
Yeah.
that's green.
Okay. Yeah, it came out super. It was really dark. I should send you the before. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, there's 2 watching. What?
Oh,
Really?
well, hello.
Hello, whoever you are. Let's see who the viewers are. Oh, no. Aaliyah Apocrypha. I don't know if that's somebody we know, and somebody else named Drapsnet.
There we go. I turned up some lights. Does that help a little bit?
Ooh. I like the
That
dark
better?
part. Yeah, sure. I like the dark part. It doesn't bug me.
Okay.
Leave it however is good for your eyes.
Oh, well, I'm good with either. It's just the stream is what matters.
Well, the stream is dark, not gonna lie.
Okay, well, we'll turn on the backlight then. Because I know when Never's filming I have to... Oh my gosh, I keep picking up books when I'm trying to jump. I have to turn on the Solitude Lantern.
Oh, there we go. Much brighter.
Boop. Yep.
Great.
Oops. Alright, we got this. There we go.
We got this. Okay, do you want to lead in or you want me to lead in? Do you have a preference?
I was just about to say hello, welcome to the Snugpod.
All right, I'm muting. I'm muting and drinking my coffee. Go for it.
Hello and welcome to an episode of the Snug Podcast. I am joined by one co-host this evening.
Just one. It's me. Gone crazy back soon. Ugh.
And then there were 2.
And then
I know
there were
Wood
2.
Elves. I swear we didn't eat the other 2. I swear.
We did not. We did not. Yeah, I'm not, yeah. I think our Khajiit friend would be maybe a little, well, I don't know. Yeah, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
We're not going to go full Bosmer tonight.
We're not going full Bosmer. There's no rot meth here.
Exactly. If you read the meat mandate, it's not just eating others. There's more to it. And we wouldn't do that to our Khajiit friend. We don't meet those qualifications yet. It's fine.
We would absolutely not. Oh, goodness. Wow. Yeah. It's been a week. We weren't here last week.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, see, I never said that wood elves were good at math. And my brain's a little out of it anyway because I think I've been trying to keep the Nahat and flu away again because
Mm.
yeah, I sound terrible, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh man. And there hasn't been a whole lot of community news either. So last week we also kind of let kind of go a little bit because there were only a couple articles. Same with this week. Not really a whole lot of extra um, stuff going on, but that's all good.
Hopefully next week we'll have a ton of news, right?
I
That's how that
I
works.
I
Tomorrow
hope so.
morning, tomorrow morning there's gonna be like 5 news articles all dropped.
That's how it
And like
always
one
is.
and one like super big fancy bomb of news.
You know what the
And then we'll
super
just be like going, why didn't we cover that last night? Because we film on Sunday nights. That's why.
That's right. Sunday nights slash Monday mornings. Oh my goodness. Well, I am waiting for the big news to drop, but I don't know whether they'll tell us anytime soon. And there's supposed to be a standalone event coming. Like they're not
Well,
going to PAX this year. Did you hear that?
yeah. Well, technically, do they ever go to PAX? Because from what
Yes.
like Lotus was saying, is they're not necessarily at PAX, but they're doing something next to PAX.
Well, yeah, but she said there wasn't even going to be any presence there at all. Gina, when somebody tweeted her about it, she said they weren't doing anything. So it's like, what? That was one of the whole reasons I wanted to go.
Well, good thing I didn't book my plane ticket.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
mean, like, I
yet.
still want to hang out with my friends, but that's an expensive trip.
Yeah, me too. No, it is. It is. And me too. I've been trying to decide whether well, first of all, I have two vacation times back to back, and I really wanted to go to PAX for the experience and to meet all the other people that we know and have met and, not only as friends like in game, but also like other content creators who we know. And I really wanted to be able to do that, but I don't know that it's going to be workable budget wise for me at the moment with the other vacation happening beforehand. So I'm kind of holding off and crossing my fingers that if they do a standalone event, they go somewhere that's got cheap flights again, like Vegas or something.
Oh my gosh, Vegas was
um,
such a cheap trip. It was amazing.
yeah, that's kind of like I'm
Or
crossing my fingers and like, can I
like
please go there, please, please, please,
it's like, can we do
please.
Vegas again? Or hear me out, hear me out. Minneapolis is great. You
Oh,
get the Mall of you
I
get the
would
Mall of
gladly come
America.
to Minneapolis.
We have an amazing sushi train downtown.
Let's go. Do you hear that,
I
Sauce?
totally recommend.
If you're listening, Minneapolis. you guys can come to Florida too. That would be fine. We can stay East Coast, you know?
I could work with Florida.
Yeah,
Florida's fine.
yeah.
I could make
Honestly,
Florida work.
honestly,
That's
anywhere that's not like a million bajillion dollars, I could make work.
yeah,
So yeah,
just
we'll see. I'm still up in the air about PAX. I've even contemplated trying to like this is so crazy. I've even contemplated like trying to buy like a super cheap ticket where I like get there day of, stay one night, and then go like the next day to do some stuff and to hang out with people and then leave that evening. just
that's kind
to
of how I did
just
Vegas.
to, just to avoid some of the extra costs of hotels and stuff.
It's
So,
ridiculous when you look at the hotel costs though, and they can do it totally because this was my problem with Gen Con,
yeah.
was they have you can look at the cost and it's like, oh, that's a great cost. I like that hotel. That's like only $120 a night, and then you change the dates to like when you actually want to
Oh,
stay, and
yep.
it's like that's $500 a night.
That's the current problem that I'm having right now with our first vacation that we're doing. So, the first vacation we're trying to go to the West Coast. And the week that we are there, every hotel room there's some other convention happening. Um, has nothing to do with gaming, has nothing to do with where we're going. There's just something happening at the Anaheim Convention Center. So all of the hotels in the area are completely sold out or are like $1,000 a night. And I was like, maybe not, which is why I hadn't booked PAX yet because we've been back and forth of like, if we do one, we can't do the other. But if we go to PAX, we're not taking my son with us. So we feel bad because that's also his spring break. Um, so it's been a little bit of like we're just stuck right now trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I've
So,
decided PAX, especially since there's an ESO presence, that's going to be more
yeah.
of a next year thing. Because
Yeah.
I do have friends who are willing to like do that,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I would love to do
they need like,
PAX just to do it.
everyone just needs more of a notice.
Yeah. 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 Maybe we can wrangle the other two and convince them to come with us if we go to PAX for sure next year or something. I don't know. I might still end up there this year. I don't know. I keep talking to Lotus about it every once in a while. I'm like, "Yep, sorry, I still haven't decided yet. I just keep me in the loop. Let me know what's going on. Surprise, I might be there or I might not. I don't know yet." So, we'll see.
Next year.
Next year
Next year.
for sure. So, wait, while we're on the subject, I do have a question for you. If if they are planning, well, they said that they're planning a standalone event. What would be your perfect standalone event for the Elder Scrolls Online this year?
Oh my God, don't do that to me.
I know that's a lot to ask. I shouldn't have dropped that bomb on you, but since we kind of got sidetracked already about it, I was like, wait a minute, I wonder what she would think. Hmm.
Well, my perfect event isn't necessarily what happens at the event, because
Mm.
anything for me that is ESO fam together and action, like doing something, is a good ESO event. For me, what is important to a good ESO, to like an important meetup event, is logistics. Like,
Mm.
are they taking into account giving people enough heads up time for proper travel? Are they
Mm.
taking into account the location of the event for like your disabled people who, or because even or even people like out of town who not can't necessarily like drive to everything? Is it going to be in the middle of a like some event arena in the middle of a highway system? Is it going to be able to easily traverse from a nearby hotel? Uh, these are all those are the important things I think of when I'm thinking of an ESO meetup event. I'm not thinking of like, oh, let's go to a castle and shoot archery all day and maybe have a picnic. That sounds lovely. Because trust me, that would be lovely. I'm all for that. But I'm thinking of
We're all
the
LARPing.
ex- listen. That's what I do every other Sunday. So, well, it's technically fighting. We don't do costumes. We just kill each other. But anyway, off topic.
Oh, goodness.
Off topic. Um, but no, I think of like how all of the annoying bits of getting an event to get of like for the people actually getting to the event, not the event itself. Because any event where there's just a little bit of expectation where you know you're gonna be happy no matter what. You're just taking the time to like meet up and actually see all of your friends and stuff in person, and there's always the fun little community bits and stuff. So no matter what it's going to be, the event itself will be fun. It's the experience of the coming and going to the event, all the little bit logistics.
Right,
That's the bit that I think about.
right, right. Yeah, that
What
makes
about
sense.
you? What would be your idea ESO event? Clearly, you've thought about this if you're asking me, right?
I actually haven't. Like that literally came to me.
I
Oh, look at that. I'm getting myself in the background. No, I actually haven't. I just kind of thought about it as we were just talking about stuff and kind of mentioning packs and whatnot. So that's where my brain went. Hold on, give me
I
one
figured
second.
that's why I said it
Crown
the way I did.
Crown was giving me a loving scolding in our chat saying that I didn't link the Twitch, so how would people find us if if I didn't add the Twitch link? So I'm adding it as a secondary tweet. Love you, Crown. Thank you. It's there now. It's there now.
Well, at least
Um,
we have one viewer tonight.
that's right. He was like, "You need to link your Twitch on your going live tweets. What if I'd never been here before? How would I find you?" And then he said, "Also hi." Okay, my perfect ESO event. Let's see. Well, first of all, um, I love the idea of like a tavern style event, like they did over in Germany. I think that's great, but I also think that like if they're gonna do that here, it needs to feel different than the event that was in Germany. Otherwise, what's the point? Like it's kind of like a repeat, I guess you could say. Um, I
Oh,
think
another push for Minneapolis. Hear me out, guys. Listen, devs, listen to me. Minneapolis has like a zillion micro brew pubs. And
Oh,
I
see?
know the good ones.
That would be
Give me
awesome.
a.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I think it would be awesome to be at like a brewery or like a meadery. I think that would be a really fun style
Oh,
event. But
in
also like,
Minneapolis, you got options.
but finding one big enough, right? That's the
Oh, you got
challenge.
options.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm on board. I'm on board. Hear me out. This one would be crazy. Hear me out. This year, since the chapter is about like hidden knowledge and things like that, what if they had it in a library?
You can't have an ESO event in the library. You know how loud nerds are?
Yeah, but if they rent out the library, nerds can be as loud as they want.
Listen, even
Now,
the library in
granted,
Vegas isn't 24 hours. I was disappointed. But
it's true. It's true. Well, and like I'm not talking like your standard library because that would just be weird. Like a public library, like no, absolutely not. But like oh, excuse me. What if you like found somewhere or like they built like a like an apocrypha style space? Like how crazy cool would that be? Can you imagine
are you
walking
saying
into an
like a
event?
library LARP?
Yes. Like I mean, obviously you can't interact with anything, but like what if you walked in and there were just like stacks of books everywhere and like all of this amazing, stuff that they normally do, like the amazing, specialty drink or whatever that they do for the event and I don't know. I just think that that could have such potential of being like super duper cool. Like a book throne that you can like sit and take pictures on. Ugh, so many cool things. I think that
It
would be
wouldn't be a
fun.
book throne. It would be like one of the book archways, like in the Skyrim Apocrypha, where they're all
Okay.
like kind of just stacked in a way where they're just put together. That's just where my brain went for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
No, you could
got to
definitely
keep it with actual in-game assets
you
already.
could do that too. You could absolutely do that too. But I was kind of thinking of like all of the statue that they just made for her Memora, where he's like kind of sitting on top
Mm.
of the books, like perched on top of the books.
I just
But
assumed that they were built up around him.
yeah, maybe that's true. He is kind of a big blob.
Yep.
He's not a potato crab in ESO,
Because
so we don't have to worry
when
about
I
that.
saw it, I thought of like the him and when in the Craiglorn quest when they're all kind of just stacked up around him.
True, true. True, true. Yeah, I don't know. I think that could be a cool thing if they came up with some sort of a deal that was like that. I also just think it would be cool. I mean, I didn't go to Vegas, but I saw the pictures of Vegas. I mean, you went to Vegas, right?
Yes.
So, you would have more of a grasp on that than me, but like for there, didn't they have the space a little bit decked out for the Grey stuff? Kind of snowy and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I mean, they took advantage of the screens and they took advantage of like what was popular in social media at the time for like
Uh-huh.
Snapchat filters and stuff. But there wasn't actually any real decor. It was just utilizing the space that was there and what was available to them.
Hmm.
But it still felt fun.
Yeah. How many people were there at that event, would you say?
Oh gosh. Maybe 200 tops.
See, now here's the thing that's going to be interesting. They've, I'm sure, had a lot of interest in doing a standalone event. So I wonder, A, if they have allotted for the fact that it could be much bigger than that Greymore event, which I'm sure they have. Um, and B, like, what it's going to be like to get tickets or to get into said space, you know? Because last time I
Yeah,
know there was a lot of like emailing to get tickets and then, stuff like that. So
the
registration and
Greymoor
whatnot.
event, the way yeah, because it was like how they laid out the room, it was mostly meant for the presentation.
Hmm.
So there was like places, there was a couple tables and stuff for people to like sit and eat and talk with each other after the event, but it was
Right.
mostly just kind of like a classroom setting.
Hmm. Hmm. When was that? Do you remember?
It was in January of 2020.
Oh, geez. So it was like the announcement that we already basically had. Like that was the big announcement of
Yeah,
where it was going.
yeah,
Now we
yeah.
already
That's
know
what it
that.
was meant to be. Because
Yeah.
when they were taking, like, everyone could take their photo in front of the backdrop and everything, like before
Hmm.
the announcement, but you weren't allowed to take the photos or anything, like have the photos or anything till afterwards. They were going to send them all out afterwards because they did not, like, even
Wanted
up
to
until
leak.
the second they didn't want the name of the chapter to leak. Right up until that
Wow.
second, it wasn't allowed to leak.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
Rich let me wear the helmet, and I was so happy.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
just
that's
like super
amazing.
shy, and I like got up the gusto to just go like, "Can I wear the helmet in my photo?" And they're like, "Yes." And I'm like, I
That's
have no
so
idea who any of
amazing.
you people are, and this is fun.
That's so amazing. I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh man,
Yeah.
sorry we got on the tangent there of like the the event and whatnot.
Well, it's
Uh,
that's
crown.
exciting though. It's exciting. It's like we're gonna know in like 6 hours. Like, okay, it's 11 o'clock at night, my time, I guess. So like midnight. So they're probably gonna post it at like 8 a.m. So in like 8 hours, seven
you
to eight
really
hours, we
you really
will
think they're posting it
know
tomorrow?
what it is. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just general marketing strategy. You do
Okay.
why would they not? Why would they like one say that they're gonna talk about the spring event soon on a Friday? It's to get
You're
people
right.
talking about it and then talk about it on a Monday. And if they don't do it Monday, it will be said by Wednesday, Thursday at the absolute latest. Because then
Hmm.
that way they can do a proper announcement type of thing for, or like stream and announce it for the following week.
All right. Well, we'll see if your prediction rings true.
My
Uh,
prediction will be right.
Crown says since it's the year of Lotus, they're properly going to rent the Charger Stadium.
Oh, that's the team he likes. Oh, I'm sad.
Oh
I
no.
have no feelings for them one way or the other, so that's
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
one of the teams that are popular out here.
Mhm. So I guess we'll see. You heard it here. Breaking news on the Snug podcast. If Gwen is correct, that means an announcement might be out by the time you hear this episode? Question mark. We'll see.
Especially if Never's posting it.
Ooh, shots fired. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Wow.
And now we
Sorry.
know if he actually
Sorry
listened to
there.
the audio, he ripped or not.
Wow, that was a Templar jab, but you aren't even a Templar. Whew. Man.
Working on my
Yikes.
Arcana skills, stealing from other
Yeah.
skill lines.
I guess so. I guess so. Wow. Oh man. Well, now that we kind of talked about that a little bit, maybe we should backtrack a little bit and talk about what we've been up to in game. We haven't
Oh my
been here
gosh,
for a
yeah.
couple weeks. We're doing things super out of order.
It's
That's
fun.
okay.
We got this.
It's super fun. Super fun. He's not here. We can go in whatever order we want.
Exactly.
Mwahaha. Oh goodness. All right. So what have you been up to, Gwen?
Oh my gosh, what have I not been up to? I'll tell you what I've not been up to. ESO. Uh,
What? No
like,
way.
okay, so like I've been in ESO, but I haven't been in ESO.
I feel that.
Um, like I've done two trials. I've done two trials this week. That's absolutely crazy. Mind
That's
you, both of
bonkers.
the trials took like maybe less than an hour together. Of course, it was two cloud rests. Um, so we did our Lore Seekers trial, and that was fun. And I'm always super pro those going. I'm kind of sad that there isn't another one up for this coming week, but such
Yeah,
is
me
life.
too.
Um, and then, oh, one sec,
Oh, she might have
sneeze.
kid ag. Oh,
It
I
was a
didn't know if you
sneeze.
had kid aggro or a sneeze.
No, it was a sneeze. It was a sneeze. Ugh. Okay, stopping the sneeze. And then Moki and I helped out Lotus film one of his trial story streams. So
So exciting. Dungeon
that'll be
Tales.
cool when that pops up. I'll actually get to listen to the story finally.
So cool. Yeah, I was sad I couldn't join you all for that. I just bummer. I had to work that night, but I'm super glad that he's finally moving on to doing the trials for the Dungeon Tales. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that was one of the things he was very excited to share with people because, not a lot of people in terms of accessibility, like some people don't want to run that content, but they still would love to know those stories and those things. So I think it's a really awesome, inclusive way for him to get that out to the community, which is really fun.
Yeah, and like he, I asked him the night before, like, oh, so which trial are we running? What are we gonna start with? So that way, I can like, because I assumed it was gonna be like one of the Craiglorn trials or something. He did mention Craiglorn trials or like Maw, and I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, I've run Maw a zillion times. I know those mechanics because we always for some reason end up running Maw and the Craiglorn ones. So I run through like and like read the mechanics on Craiglorn ones because I haven't run those a lot actually, just to make sure that when we go through on story mode, I'm not messing anything up, right?
Hmm.
And not that it's hard to heal, you just keep heal alive, but but
Just
making
keep
it
everyone
smoother.
alive.
Like that's all it is. You just keep people alive. It's easy. Uh, but then we start and then it's cloud rest. I'm like, what? I wasn't expecting this. Sure,
Amazing.
let's do it. That was fun. And then I finally got my J-J crafting station. And so, all in all, I've maybe spent being in the Snugpod right now with you is the most time I've spent in game in on the PlayStation platform for Elder
Mm.
Scrolls the most in the past 2 weeks. Otherwise, I have been hanging out on PC, trying to um, just log in every day and level up my horse and my like get my dailies. So that way, I have all those scrolls for when the Arcanist drops.
Heck
And
yeah.
I've been hanging out in Morrowind. I started playing through the OG Morrowind.
Ooh, like the actual
And
original Morrowind game?
yeah, yeah, because
Oh.
they had the Game of the Year edition for 3 through Amazon, and I was like, yeah, let's do this, let's try it. But
Oh, nice.
through the Twitch gaming, so I got that, and I figured, well, we'll try it. And honestly, I was like, all right, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna play as a dark elf. And then I started playing through it, and gosh, I'm so grateful for everyone that's been helping me learn how to do that game. Because yeah, no. But the only way I could handle it was I decided I was gonna play as Narcissus Dren. So it's just like kind of like
Incredible.
If Narcissus Dren got like thrown through a time portal and is in the third era. Cause why
Wow.
not?
Wow. I
It's
mean, dark
fun,
elves live a long time.
right?
We'll just say that. We'll just go with like he's just, it's fine. It's fine.
And I almost got assassinated by the Dark Brotherhood. The Argonian I was helping save my life. His name's Tool. He's really nice. Um, he's now just stuck with me until we find the person he's looking for. And I was gonna start just doing the regular like fightery stuff. And then I realized, wait, no, the whole reason I was doing this in the first place is to like learn about the Telvanni stuff before we go to Necrob. Oh my gosh, we should start the Mages Guild so that way we can petition to like join Telvanni so that way we have magic first, right?
Right, right, right.
And I'm like, I've just been doing like an entire week of gameplay and it means nothing.
Oh no. No. No, no, no. That's
Nothing
unfortunate.
towards my goals. But I did learn how like 3 days was learning how the controllers work because first I learned the hard way that there's no autosave.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, I saw that clip and it literally,
oh,
Gwen, it broke my heart for you.
it killed me.
When I saw that, I almost had to put down my phone and like wipe a tear. I that was that was rough even for me watching.
Oh, that was painful.
The look on your sweet face. It was literally like, "Wait, what? No. Are you kidding me?"
It's like I'm like,
The
oh, it's
look
just gonna like put
the
me
look
back
of
at the beginning of the dungeon. We'll be
the look of
fine.
defeat. The look of defeat. It hurt.
I just spent all that time on character creation.
Oh, it
But yeah,
hurt.
but then like Lotus and some other people and they just popped in and they like helped me figure out how the controls work. They gave me some hints. There was this lovely person who came in and like knows everything about Morrowind. I don't even know how they found my stream. Maybe they just wanted to look at Morrowind. But they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is what you how much help do you want?" And I'm like, what do you got for me? They're like, okay, this is how you
Lay it
read your
on me.
character sheet. This is how you read your character sheet. This is how you figure out what you're good at. Um, these are the places you can go to talk to people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So now I competently have an idea. And then because I did not get assassinated by the Dark Brotherhood assassin because the Argonian saved me, now I have a full set of Dark Brotherhood armor, and it's like the best armor I've seen so far.
That's crazy. That's
But yeah,
crazy.
so most of my Elder Scrolls like playing has been over in Morrowind right now because I want to play that before Necrom comes out. I want to learn. I want to know about the Morrowind. I want to see why everyone's so hyped for all of this Dark Elf stuff. And so I figured that's probably the best place for me to start. So that's where I'm going to keep hanging out for a while. But what have you been up to?
Oh man. I'm kind of like you. I haven't had a lot of time in game, but what time I have had in game, I've been trying to be like semi-productive. Um, well, let's see. Last week, um, I was actually in my normal like location where I get downtime between what I'm doing. Um, so I actually got to play on some of my PC account then. And I was just kind of doing like the normal stuff, like a few dailies here and there. I actually have been um, working on some other stuff as well for the other show, Lore Seekers ESO with Toasted Peanut. So getting some audio and, screenshots and kind of messing around with that a little bit. Um, we had a ton of people come into Lore Seekers 2 weeks ago. I'm not even joking you. Peanut was on vacation, and I felt like the moment he went on vacation, suddenly we had this massive influx of people that I had to deal with, which was really funny because normally, with the applications, it's not too super crazy because all of us as officers and whatnot kind of all handle it. But it was hilarious because all of a sudden I was like, and now there's 12 new people in the guild, which is great. Um, but it was just really funny that the timing of that, it felt like everyone was on vacation and I was like, hello, because I was looking through all the apps and whatnot. So that was a busy week, like in terms of just guild management stuff. Um, on Sunday, a week ago, last Sunday, I got to hang out with the PC peeps and do Cyrodiil, which was great. So I ran with Minwei Pro and a couple other folks through Cyrodiil for almost 4 hours. Um, we had a great time. We just kind of ran around. We, you know, took basically, since we were a smaller group, we basically just farmed resources and AP, which was really fun because we made it all the way up into the other territories, like up by the EP gate and up by the DC gate up there to run around and take stuff. We got a few buffs, got a few delves along the way that I hadn't done yet. Um, so just kind of me and Zero. Sorry, Crown is talking to us in chat as well. Hold on one moment. Sorry, I had to I don't know if I muted in time or not, but I tried to mute for my terrible cough that I just had just then. Um, so yeah, we had a lot of fun. There were two guys that were just complete trolls though. Like, I'm not even joking. They were clearly server desyncing because they would come up and there would get one hit in, and then you would look, and all of a sudden, when you would go in your recap, it would say that you got hit by like seven things, and you couldn't even ever see them cast one. And it wasn't just me that it was happening to; it was happening to pretty much everybody on our group. So we knew that's what they were
Rude.
doing. So it was super rude. And also they were super tanky because one of them was a Templar and the other one was a DK. So it was like, these guys are never going to die. We were at a keep and it took all of us on them plus other people that popped out of the keep, just happened to pop out for AD to actually like kill one of them. And then as soon as we did, he and his buddy just appeared at another keep and came back anyway. So we're like, okay, we're getting out of here. Um, but yeah, so I had a really good time in Cyrodiil. I haven't run Cyrodiil in forever, to be honest, other than just kind of messing around here and there on PlayStation every once in a while. Sometimes I pop in there and run around late at night on my own just because I think it's fun, which is kind of weird. But when I do that, I usually kind of treat it as like a solo behind enemy lines situation and just kind of run around and quest and do things on my own. But yeah, I got to do that on PC. Let's see, what else have I been up to? Well, you and I got together and also ran some Galen dailies earlier in the week. That was super fun. Um, Actually, that was last Sunday, wasn't it? In the evening.
Yes.
Yeah. So because we didn't have a snug podcast, it was super duper late when we got together, but we ran and did the dailies in Galen, and uh, I think I broke the lead drops. I, you were my witness. I don't know what on earth was going on, but every time we turned in a daily, I pulled a lead. And it was,
I think that's just how it is when you first start doing those dailies, because
well,
I
I know,
got them from all of the dailies when I started doing them too.
yeah, I know that you usually have an increased chance of it. Um, so, oh, one second. Bye, Crown. He just said, I'm out for the night. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye,
Um,
Crown.
yeah, so I think so too. But literally, it like I had done a few of them before, so that's what was weird. It just felt like the drop rate was massively increased. I ended up getting a drop for a couple of the mythics. I got a drop for the table, the ship's like the carpentry table or whatever that you can get from
We
there.
need to get the rest of those.
Yeah, we do. Um, and then I got some furnishing plans too, which was like, okay, like I was not expecting those, but every time I opened something, it felt like I had a furnishing or a praxis or, you know, some weird thing. So
That's a sign. You have to make a fancy house.
it really felt like my RNG was broken, but in the best sort of way. So I'll take it. Um, the reason it felt so extra broken is because I did the same thing with toasted peanut on shoot, what day was that? That was probably Thursday or Friday night. Maybe nope, that's a lie. It was when I was at work. That is a lie. It was one of my days at work when I was in between shows doing stuff. He and I were running same thing. Went to Galen because he hadn't done any of the dailies in Galen, hadn't done any of the questing in Galen, and dropped 4 more leads, like gold leads. Not even kidding. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, hey, guess what? I got a lead. He's like, are you kidding? I said, nope. Next time we turn something in. Hey, guess what? I got a lead. He's like, come on, really? He's like, are you lying to me? I'm like, no. And I would like link it for him and he could see it. And he's like, this is ridiculous. He's like, I haven't gotten anything. Well, then at the end, I stopped getting them and he started getting a ton of them. He also got like multiple leads out of there. So it was such a weird parallel because it was almost exactly the same thing that happened with you and me. So it does lead me to believe that clearly there's an increased drop rate when you first start. But also, I had done Galen dailies already on PC, so I don't know what was up with that, but I'll take it.
It's just, the type of news you probably should have lead with.
I guess
Okay.
so. I should have led with it. Um, the only other thing that I've been up to is in joking around and chatting with Lotus in the last couple days. We were talking about a couple different things, and he was mentioning how much he's enjoying playing with his Oaken Soul ring, and just kind of like what his dungeon group has been up to and whatnot, which he's talked about before on his shows that he's on. So he and I were chatting about it. He's like, you got to get it so that we can run some stuff and we'll just mess around and it'll be fun. I'm like, okay, cool. So last night I was like, you know what? I'm going to try. I don't normally like set out to farm things. It's just kind of like if I get them, I get them. I'm not typically like I have to have this mythic type person, but I was like, you know what? I do want the Oaken Soul ring, and I probably should farm for the kilt too. But I'll start with Oaken Soul first. So there's 5 leads that you need, and I'm like, okay, which one's the one that I want to do the least? And I like looked at the list, and I'm like, Merkmeyer safe boxes, definitely the one I want to do the least. So I was like, all right, here we go. So I like pop into Merkmeyer, go to the main town, walk into, I believe it was I think it might have been like the blacksmith or whoever's there in the one,
So the Lillamouth and then the
yeah,
Crafting
the
Hall.
the Lillamouth like hut that's there. And you walk in and the safe box is like on a table in front of everyone in the middle of the room, which I was like, great, just my luck. But I'm a Nightblade, so I was like, great, we'll throw on our cloak where we go invisible for 3 seconds, and then I'll just like pick it and peace out. So I like roll up in there, squat down to hide, go invisible, pick it, pull everything from the chest, open it. I get the lead on the first one.
Yes.
I was literally like, what? Wait, really? So then I was like, okay, feet don't fail me now. Like, turned invisible, ran out of there, got my bounty, like, popped out of town, went to the Thieves Guild, cleared it, and then, like, went back into town. And I was like, all right, well, now what? I guess I'll do the next one. So then I was like, okay, I'll go do the one that's for harvesting in wherever it is. I don't remember where it is now. I think it's like Stone Falls or something like that. So I like go over in the zone, start rolling around, start like picking stuff, picking stuff, picking stuff. Like 10 minutes later, pull the lead. I was like, oh, okay, great. Let's go to the next one. Like, same thing. I don't remember which the third one was that I got, but went there and again, I think I had to like kill. Oh, it was a delve boss, I think. Went to do the delve boss, killed it, pulled the lead. I was like, I was like,
Nice.
okay, I don't know if I'm using all of my RNG for the rest of my time playing ESO in these last 2 weeks, but apparently that's what it felt like. I finally dozed off while playing, so I didn't get to finish farming the last two, which on one hand I semi regret because I was like kind of on fire last night and thinking to myself, with my luck now, I won't be able to get these last two pieces, which one I think is the comes from like harvesting nodes in Malbal. No, I'm sorry. The one that I have left is mobs in Malbal Tour. And then another one I want to say is like, might be volcanic vents is the other one that I don't have. Um, so those won't be too bad, I don't think. But yeah, it was crazy. I literally messaged him. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I felt bad for messaging him, but I'm like, maybe his phone won't have the notifications on. Um, and then I looked and saw he was online. And I was like, never mind, he's up. So I messaged him. I said, you're not going to believe this, but I just pulled 3 of the 5 Oakensole leads in an hour and a half. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And the one from Merkmeyer was on my first safe box. He was like, oh, oh. I'm like, yep. So I've been having fun actually doing that for once. I never thought I would necessarily. Every time I farmed everything, it's always been with like you or Never or like our core people or with Lotus on a stream, like for Extra Life or whatever. When we were farming the Daedric, not Daedric, the Druidic skin. Like
Yeah.
that's the last time I've done stuff like that. Other than that, I don't typically farm it. If I get it, I get it. Um, But yeah, wow, it's been a wild, wild time lately. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not expecting to get any leads now for the rest of the year. I just need to finish the Oakensole ring. After that, it can just like not give me anything for the rest of a while if it wants to give it to someone else. I don't know. My gosh, it's
All
been
right.
it's been
Dibs on
crazy.
RNG luck next.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You're
it.
gonna have to
Well,
fight Moki. You're gonna have to duel over it because she wanted to
no, no,
group
no. She
too.
can have your RNG luck on PlayStation. I'll take it on PC because I want Mora's Whispers on PC.
Perfect, perfect. That sounds great. We can split the difference.
What's
50-50.
RNG luck?
50-50.
RN generous. Okay.
Only other thing really that's happening is it's the Lore Seeker's birthday soon. Like,
Yeah, what day is that?
okay, so I can actually tell you. Give me 1 second. There's 3 birthdays technically. So our official anniversary of the actual podcast, like the original podcast with the gentleman, is February 26th. Then the day that they were spotlighted by Zos was March 14th. And then our Discord actually and the guild started on April 19th. So we're kind of celebrating over a course of a few months here, but um, yeah, it's pretty crazy to believe that it's been 5 years. So maybe we can do a 5th anniversary retrospective show here as well at some point, or like 5 years of PlayStation Lore Seekers when we have Never with us. That would be fun
Mm-hmm.
since he was there when it started as well.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it's just kind of crazy. I've been prepping a lot for that. There's things happening behind the scenes that yeah.
That's true. I remember that guild, like that officer meeting, and I think that's as far as I got with it. And
Yeah.
the riddles, there's like what, 4 riddle cards left still?
Yeah, Matt Minway Pro made these awesome lore riddle cards. So if you're in our Lore Seekers Guild and you head to the Discord and you go to the riddle card um, channel that's up top, uh, there's I believe 4 left. Yep, there's a
Yeah.
riddle card
Yep.
poker, and
Yeah,
then
if
we've
you can
got
solve it,
some other
solve it.
things
Do
too.
it.
Yeah, I mean for sure, it's fun to just solve those and get your lore brain working, even if you're you know, not like playing to play the actual like poker game, like how he designed it, but if you just want to challenge your brain on some lore, go for it. So, super fun. And he did beautiful art. Like the way that he designed them was really, really great too.
Like he even explained how everything works before it started, but when the
Yeah.
cards went up, I was just like, oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. I wasn't even trying to get a hand or anything. It's just, oh, I know this one. Oh,
Yep.
maybe I shouldn't do that many just in case other people want to do it. And then everyone just went like,
Oh my
boom.
gosh.
And
He
you're like,
was he messaged me and he's like, I can't believe it. 28 or something of the like however many cards he made that he spent literally he's probably been working on that for upwards of 3 months, like off and on, and they were gone within like a day, like 48 hours. He was like, I was not
oh.
expecting. He goes, I knew he had some lore hounds, but I was not really necessarily expecting it to be that crazy that quickly. And I was like, oh man, I don't know. On one hand, I was because we've got some super,
You just
super
gave me a
lore hounds.
crazy idea.
What? I am
Okay,
crazy.
so, okay, so we're talking about games, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about games. And you know what else is a game?
Tales of Tribute.
That No, that Elder Scrolls RPG game by Chip Theory Games.
Yeah.
They're currently in demo testing. You know
Yep.
what? They're located in Plymouth, Minnesota, which isn't too far away from Minneapolis.
Why are you not there? Oh, Gwen.
So what if during the event, the ESO spring event, it is everyone's playing that new game in
That would be,
Minnesota? What if it is indeed another vote for Minneapolis? Just
I would,
saying.
I would laugh. I would laugh if you were right. That would be amazing.
I like just a short car drive is so much better than plane tickets. I just want something in my favor for once.
You're like, just something close, please. Just something close to me, please.
Like I'll make it work, but just give me just I'll take a win.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Anyway, that's where my brain went with that. Just saying, more crazy, connecting the strings on the walls.
Here we go. Yeah, now it's not me that's doing the wall of crazy. Now it's you. My wall of
There's
crazy wasn't that far off. I was.
like we
I'm just
know
gonna.
our devs like breweries. There's breweries. There's a game coming out this spring. It's this spring. It's currently in demo. The the place that makes the game is in Minneapolis. Like it is
Yeah,
near Minneapolis.
could
Just saying.
could be a thing. I'm gonna stand back and dust off my pauldrons for getting Necrom right, though. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Oh goodness. Oh wow. Well, anything else that we've been up to, or anything else to chit chat about for that? Not
I think
sure.
that's it. I
I
did
think
not
so.
expect to go off wall of crazy there.
Me either, but hey, we had a pretty decent sidetrack chat there. It wouldn't be a show without at least one.
Exactly.
So, in terms of actual news, we'll have it probably in the show notes is how we'll go about it, I would say. But basically, the news for the last 2 weeks is just some fan art that they compiled after the announcement. People have done some Necrom fan art. And then the one that's most probably notable is the community guides, which are new player guides for 2023. Um, those guides are great because they are kind of all over the place in terms of what was featured. Um, there are some complete beginner's guides. There are some guides on crit damage and understanding crit damage. Um, there's beginner builds. We have had a few people I know coming into our Lore Seekers Guild in the last week or so that are like brand new to the game. Like I'm talking only a couple days in situations. So if you're one of those and you're listening to this, definitely check out some of those community guides. Um, yeah, there's some stuff on combat settings. There's a Tales of Tribute beginner guide. That one's really probably exciting for some people if you've not played that yet. And then also kind of like a quick and easy tips and tricks for antiquities. Let's
Yeah,
see
I'd
what
recommend
else.
literally any Antiquities guide if you're starting Antiquities. Even if you think
Yeah,
the in-game guide is sufficient and you know what you're doing, trust me, you don't.
yeah, that's also true. Another one that I like that's in here, I didn't get to watch it myself, but I will probably take a time to do it at some point, even though I'm not returning to the game. But Jake Clips, they have an ESO 2023 returning player guide. So they did have so many people kind of leave or put the game down for a little bit, and now there's kind of a reinvigoration of the community and the content. Um, so that guide exists there for that. And another one that I really, really like is 5 things to do every day in the Elder Scrolls Online. So that's kind of
Ooh,
talking
ooh, ooh.
about,
Endeavors, collect your dailies, do
uh
your
huh,
writs,
yeah,
undaunted.
train your mounts.
Uh, oh, well, I've already done that.
Well, me too, but this is a new player guide, remember?
Oh, oh, yep,
So,
yep, yep. Always train your mount. Always train
yep.
your mount. And if you're a new player, um, my if you're a new player, my biggest like thing would say be train your mount
Hmm.
and level up your bank space.
Yes.
This
Bank
game is
space.
playable without ESO Plus, but you need to level up your bank space.
Hmm. Um, Last 2 things that I'll touch on are very, very important, especially for new players because it doesn't exist in the tutorial. And that is there is an ESO weaving beginner's guide on animation canceling. Um, there is a great guide. This one's specifically by Alcast, but I do know that Zynode has a really fantastic light attack weaving video as well on his website. And then there's also a champion points guide on here by Azrael Builds. Um, or Arziel Builds. That's how you say their name. So that will kind of explain to you how to make use of the champion point system, specifically for new players. Because when you open that up, that can be a little bit intimidating with the 3 different colors as well as the bar up top that you can add and
It
change things out
is.
on.
It
So
is. It was intimidating for everyone when they first swapped it over.
yeah, I've been really bad about keeping mine updated. Like, for example, let's see. Let's see how many CP I have currently right now, because I bet it's more than I think it is. Yeah, I'm sitting on 29 points in Warfare, 37 in Fitness, and 56 in Crafting. I need to
Well,
work
the
on that.
problem is, like for me, because we have the armory station, I like save my build as is, and then
Yeah.
we have like I don't know. When did we get the armory station?
That was during update 34? 3? 4? Blackwood. It was in Blackwood, wasn't it? So I suppose it would
So,
have been.
hi, I haven't updated my Treacherous Tuesday build since then. So all these champion points, every time I re-equip that build, are
Go
just kind of
away.
like just sitting there.
Oh, yikes. Yeah,
And
same.
it's not like it's a big deal, because I mean, I already know what I'm doing with that build. It's already finalized, but they are just sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, I have the same problem too, to be honest. I, I, because I kind of play how I want. I mean, yes, I do try and make a few things meta, and I do try and follow some CP that is suggested on some of the sites for Nightblades and stuff. But in general, you know, I don't mess with it too much. Kind of set it and forget it. I haven't been running content that would require me to swap out anything on that top bar, really. So yeah, it
The
just kind
only
of
thing I
stays
have to
there.
ever really swap out is if I'm fishing. I gotta remember to swap out when I'm fishing, or otherwise it's hard to get those rare fish.
Yeah, that is smart. That is smart. I didn't think about that from the green tree perspective.
Oh, the green
So,
tree. The green tree is the one where I wish I had 15 slots.
yeah.
Like the green tree, I can never have enough of. That's the only reason I want to still farm champion levels is for
Hmm.
that green tree.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I agree. So there you go. That's kind of your new player community guides that they put together. Um, the other community spotlight that they did was on a Hearts Day like homes for the
They
community.
were all so
There's
cute.
some super beautiful stuff in here.
Oh my gosh. And the captions that go with them, the investigator veil reading room. That was great.
Yes, yes. Enjoy snacking on sweet rolls and reading Investigator Vale. I love that. So, so good. There's a heart-shaped garden too, which is quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, really, really, really good stuff. A lot of them are also like wedding locations that people have made.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because that's what,
so,
like, the whole premise of the Hearts Day when they added it to ESO.
mm-hmm. Yep. So, very, very good stuff in there. Super, super fun. Again, head on over and kind of check it out. Oh, Dragon Racer made it. Isn't Dragon Racer? How do I know that name? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I recognize that person. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But,
Well, yes,
well, that's true. But I mean, like, from that.
I
Um,
know.
so there you go. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's the only news that we currently have because I think we're just waiting for him to drop
Everything's tomorrow.
every.
Everything. Give it a few hours. What time is it? What time is it? It
It's
is
1 a.m. for
11.
me.
Okay, yeah, it's 1 a.m. for you. So like 7 hours.
Okay. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see.
There will definitely be news in 7 hours.
I hope
If
so.
it is, hopefully it's the news we want.
I
But there
hope
will be
so.
news in 7 hours. There always is.
There's always something. We'll see. We'll see. Oh man. All right. Well, we're done with news. We've done everything else. We're hitting an hour on show.
Oh, we're right on point then. We should probably start doing our wrap up.
We should. Do you want to do that? You want to hit a lore book? What do you want to do here?
Oh my gosh, did we want to read a random lore book? I mean, it's not a random lore book, but I had this crazy idea. It's called Lore Book Roulette. See, there, if you're watching, there's this giant portal to Apocrypha, kind of like slowly taking over the Snugpod, and it's been puking out books. So we
Yeah,
got
there's
a
so many.
zillion of these random books. And now the thing is, we just don't want to grab the Circus of Cheerful Slaughter. If you don't know what that book is, look it up, and then you'll know why we don't want to grab it. Um, you've been doing a lot of talking. Do you want me to read one? Let's see. Let's see what we got here. And no, I grabbed the Circus Cheerful Slaughter. We're not grabbing that one next. Grab again. Here we go. And haha! Don't click the sweet rolls. Click that. Let me click it. There we go. All right. And tonight we have Varieties of Faith, the Wood Elves. Varieties of Faith and Tamriel, the Wood Elves, by Brother Mikhail, oh, I'm going to butcher this, Karkaksor of the Imperial College. The Eight. Though few Bosmer outside the Empire accept the limitation of Divines to 8, Auriel, King of the Eldmeri, the Elven Akatash, is Auriel. Auriel is the soul of Anuiel, who in turn is the soul of Anu, the Everything. He is the chief most Aldmeri pantheons, most Altmeri and Bosmeri clan direct descent from Auriel. In his only known moment of weakness, he agreed to take his part in the creation of the mortal plane, that act which forever sundered the elves from the spirit worlds of eternity. To make up for it, Auriel led the original Aldmer against the armies of Lorkhan in mythic times, vanquishing that tyrant and establishing the first kingdoms of the Aldmer, Altmora, and Old Eilunfi. He then ascended to heaven in full observance of his followers so that they might learn the steps needed to escape the mortal plane. Y'ffre, god of the forest. Most important deity of the Bosmeri pantheon. While Auriel, the time dragon, might be the king of the gods, the Bosmer revere Y'ffre as the spirit of the now. According to Wood Elves, after the creation of the mortal plane, everything was in chaos. The first mortals were turning into plants and animals and back again. Then Y'ffre transformed himself into the first of the Elnufe, or earth bones. After these laws of nature were established, mortals had a semblance of safety in the New World because they could finally understand it. Y'ffre is sometimes called the storyteller, for the lessons he taught the first Bosmer. Some Bosmer still possess the knowledge of the chaos times, which they can use to great effect. The Wild Hunt. Arche, god of cycle, of life and death. Arche is the god of burials and funeral rites, sometimes associated with the seasons. His priests are staunch opponents of necromancy and all forms of the undead. It is said that Arche did not exist before the world was created by the gods under Lorkhan's supervision / urgency / trickery. Therefore, he is sometimes called the Mortal's God. Xarxes. Xarxes is the god of ancestry and secret knowledge. He began as a scribe of Auriel and has kept track of all Aldmeri accomplishments, large and small, since the beginning of time. He created his wife Ogma from his favorite moments in history, Mara, goddess of love. nearly universal goddess. Origins started in the mythic times as a fertility goddess. She is sometimes associated with Ner of the Anuld, the female principle of the cosmos that gave birth to creation. For the Bosmer, she is the wife of Oriel, Stendar, god of mercy. God of compassion and righteous rule, in early Amiri legends, Stendar is the apologist of men. Zen, god of toil. Osmiri, god of payment in kind, which includes both just remuneration and retribution. Studies indicate origins in both Argonian and Akaviri mythologies, perhaps introduced into Valenwood by Cathrigi soldiers. Ostensibly an agricultural deity, Zen sometimes proves to be an entity of a much higher cosmic order. Bandar, the bandit god. Trickster spirit of thieves and beggars borrowed from the Khajiit. Additional deities with significant Bosmiri cults. Hermamora, the woodland man. Malicious trickster spirit, another one, whose Bosmiri cultists say is not to be confused with the Daedra Hermaeus Mora. Others deride this assertion. Joan and Jode, little moon god, big moon god, Aldmeri gods of the moons. They are spirits of fortune, both good and bad. Hircine, huntsman, father of man-beasts, master of great hunt and lord of lycanthropes. Worshippers of Hircine are not as ruthless as those who worship other Daedra. They always give their prey at least a small chance to escape. Lorcan, the missing god, the creator slash trickster slash tester deity, is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Aldmeri Lorcan, or Doom Drum. He is convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, of setting the status quo. Much like his father, Padome had introduced stability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, Lorcan is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of Et Ada. He and his metaphysical placement in the scheme of things is interpreted a variety of ways. To the elves, he is the most unholy of all higher powers, as he forever broke their connection to the spirit plane. In the legends, he is most always an enemy of the Aldmer, and therefore a hero of early mankind.
Ooh,
All right, two wood elves in a snug pod. We ended up with a wood elf book. There we
there you
go.
go. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. Well, I opened the Circus of Cheerful Slaughter so people could see
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, don't tell them what it is though.
I
They
know.
got to read it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's
Yep,
listening and they don't know.
that's right. Um, yeah, I think that about wraps it up, right? For that part. Just
Yeah.
guild announcements left. Um, all right, let's get to it. Currently, we have our signups ready to go in our PlayStation NA calendar sign up channel on the Discord. Um, but the events that we have going on, we have our Monday Mayhem with Moki. Typically, it is a fishing led thing where she will help you work on your Master Angler achievement, but it's also a flex event, which means that it can pretty much be whatever the group needs. So there have been weeks where they've also done Cyrodiil stuff or Imperial City things just to kind of see if people want to run together in a group with PvP, since not everybody feels comfortable doing that on their own.
I have
Um,
4 more fish left to get in Imperial City. We keep trying. I have 4
oh,
more.
four more, four more. Um, so yeah, there you go. That is her Monday event. Typically, it starts at 8 p.m. and goes for a little bit, kind of until the group trickles off. Um, so grouping will typically start around 7:30, and if you're interested, go ahead and sign up in our Discord. We also have Treacherous Tuesdays. This is a night to focus on dungeon progression if you want to with different people, or to focus on getting achievements or anything that you kind of want to do. We were working our way down the list of dungeons initially. I'm not sure where we left off, so I've just been kind of putting the sign up there for people if they're interested in doing it. Um, and basically, the sign up, all it is it's not a time slot or anything. It's just to show who's interested in trying to group on Tuesday nights. So know
Mhm.
that for that, there is no expectation of a particular level. or anything along those lines. If you're a new player and you've never run dungeons before, this is a great time to try on a Tuesday night with people that are understanding and want to run the questing and, do all of that stuff. So,
And if there's any specific dungeon or gear or something you want to do for Treasures Tuesday, the sign up is just for interest. So if you want to do something specific, put it in the looking for group, and there might be other like-minded people or others wanting to like help you with that.
yeah, absolutely. It's a great place to get started. And please know that all of our lore seekers are fantastic at wanting to help out new people. So if you've never run a dungeon before, but you're interested in doing it, that's a great time to give it a try. Wednesday night trials, you heard Gwen talk about doing a couple of this last week. However, right now they're technically kind of on hold because our signups have been a little tricky to get enough people each week. So we're just running them kind of here and there everywhere. There's not one slated at this time for this week, but if you have a trial that you'd be interested in running, please reach out to Polly, one of our event leads in our chat on Discord, or reach out to one of us and we can get you connected with Polly to see about getting a particular trial that you might need done. Other than that, we also have our Fearless Friday with our Thuria Dragoon. It's a Undaunted event where they do the Undaunted dailies on Fridays and share them, and run around and do the Delve daily and whatnot all together to get the experience, to level the skill line, and then also to just kind of work on anything that goes with the Undaunted stuff overall. So again, if you're interested in that, even if you're a newer player, show up, X up in chat, and get going and get grouped with some good guildies that are willing to help you out. So there you go. That's our guild announcements. Other than that, we've got our social media. Where can they find us, Gwen?
They can find us on Twitter at SnugPodcast, email us at snugpodcast@gmail.com, twitch.tv/snugpodcast, YouTube, search snugpodcast, and loreseekers.club or discord.gg/loreseekerseso.
Yeah. So come on and join us. We'd love to have you. We're across multiple platforms, multiple time zones, multiple places all around the world, and it's been that way for the last 5 years. So
Woo!
pretty amazing, and we'd love to have you join and be part of our family. So there you go. All right. Well, I guess if that's it, that's it. We're gonna sign off from the Snugpad, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, until next time, friends, we will talk to you soon, and stay well. Don't catch the knot and flu, and we'll see you soon.
Good night.
Bye. Sleep well, Tamriel.